The next example, 2g, is exactly like example 2f. I'm going to take the inverse sine of an angle, except I'm going to embed functions so that I can get rid of a useless column like theta radians, which isn't very useful to us. So I'm going to type Control End and go to the end of my worksheet. I'm going to copy these cells, and I will expand those columns as needed. I'm going to, instead of having these constant values here, I'm going to reference the x values in the preceding problem. So I'm going to put an equal sign, click on the cell I want to copy, drag those down, and that way, again, if I were to change this to 0 to 0.25, that it will reflect over here as well. So these values are really copies of these values over here. I'll put this back at 0.1. I want this to be theta in degrees. So I don't want a middle column of radians. I want this to convert it to, I want to convert the x, my independent variable, into an angle in radians, and then I want to convert that into degrees. Well, there's a function that will do that for us, and it is called degrees. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my cursor there, and if I didn't remember what that formula name was, I can go into formulas, math and trig. It's called degrees. And what number do you want to convert into degrees? Well, it's a little complicated because it's another function, so this is not going to exactly work the way I want it to. So far I'm converting 0 into degrees, which is not really what I want to do. I still want to do this arc sine of the value. So here's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, Excel does not let you embed functions using their toolbar, so you just have to know what the functions are and how to use them. So I am going to put inside of here arc sine, and this function requires parentheses. Every function requires parentheses, and inside this arc, the parameter for the arc sine is going to be my independent variable x. So just to review what Excel is going to do, Excel always works from the inside out. It's going to look at the innermost set of parentheses, and it's going to see the argument or parameter y2. Then it's going to go outside of that and say, and recognize that you're trying to take the arc sine of whatever lives in y2. And arc sine is going to return an angle in radians. Of course, I don't want my final answer to be in radians, so then I go to the next outer set of parentheses, and notice that the next outer set of parentheses is an argument or a parameter to the function degrees, and degrees is going to return an angle. It's going to convert an angle from radians to degrees. When I hit enter and drag that formula down, you'll see that I get the same results as in the previous example 2f, in column W. Now my last column here, I'm going to ask a question: is x I'm in symbol mode, so I'm going to go choose a different font. I will choose Arial. Is x less than or equal to 1? Question mark. So again, I don't need any of those formulas there. So I'm going to ask a question using an equation. So I need equals for the equation, and then I'm going to ask the question: is this value of x less than or equal to 1? That is it a valid value to take the inverse sine of? So what I need a relational operator. Relational operators are equals. Is it equal to? Is it less than or equal to? Is it greater than or equal to? Is it less than, greater than, not equal to? Less than or equal to is the less than symbol followed by the equal sign. Those two together, those two symbols put together, Excel recognizes as less than or equal to. Is y2 less than or equal to the constant number 1? So I'm just going to put number 1. And just to make it easier for others to read, I'm going to put that relational operation in parentheses. So I'm going to separate out my equation equals from my relational operator, less than or equal to. This value, y2 less than or equal to 1, is going to return a Boolean value, true or false. And you'll notice when I drag this formula down that from 0 to 1, my question is answered true, and greater than 1 is equal to false. So I just got to do a little formatting here to finish up this problem. I'll put a big thick border around the whole thing. And then because my independent variable is a copy of values from another problem, I'm going to fill this with 6.25% gray. And that concludes example 2G.